That has to be one of the best shanks I've ever seen in my life. Deep, crazy spin, and no apology afterwards. But instead, a Kyrgios complaining about God knows what, even after hitting a 1 in a million type of shot. In today's video, we're gonna check out some of the most improbable moments and situations in tennis. 1 in a million type of stuff. If that sounds interesting, let's get right into the video. In 2016 at Rome, we saw arguably the most shocking result in tennis history. World number 8 Thomas Berdych and world number 13 David Goffin went head to head in what was supposed to be a very close match. Pre-match, the odds were almost 50-50. Instead, what we got is one of the biggest beatdowns in tennis history. A 6-love, 6-love victory for David Goffin. A top 10 player getting double bageled. That's not just rare, it's statistically absurd, especially considering that Berdych was a great server and massive hitter. But sometimes, once in a few years, every single thing in a match seems to align for a result like this to happen. However, you're not going to see a top 10 player getting double bageled very often. And now that we're talking about bagels, let's mention one of the rarest feats in tennis history. The one achieved by the Argentine Carlos Berlocq. A player that is quite known for his wild grunting, but he definitely had a great career, winning 2 ATP titles along the way. Well, in 2006 at the Miami Open, Berlocq defeated the youngster Donald Young by a staggering 6-love, 6-love result. Again, a very rare result at ATP level. In the second round, he would face the world number 9 James Blake. The result, 6-love, 6-love for James Blake, who avenged his compatriot Young in the most incredible of ways, and putting Berlocq as the only player in ATP history to double bagel his opponent and get double bageled in the match after. The odds of that happening, 1 in a million. Another match where everything seems to be aligned for one player happened in 2017 in Dubai, where a reborn Roger Federer came to one of his favorite tournaments after winning the Australian Open. He was in top shape, as motivated as ever, and he was facing the world number 116. In theory, this match would be a walk in the park for Federer, but when I say that everything seems to be aligned for in this case one player, I really mean everything. At first, the match was looking to be another routine win for Federer, 6-3 in only 23 minutes. However, the second set would be much more competitive, with Donskoy playing some very brave and very aggressive tennis. Nonetheless, in the tiebreak, Federer would earn himself 2 match points, the first one with his serve.
He's made it! He tempted him, Federer. Total miss it from Federer, no challenge. Long this time when asked the question. Went to the forehand. It's 1-all.
How many times do you see Federer having 3 match points and not be able to close the set out? But even after losing the tiebreak, you would think that Federer was still a big favorite to win the third set, and it wouldn't take him long to break the Donskoy serve, and minutes later serve for the match. But again, I'm telling you, this match was 1 in a million, and Federer was unable to serve the match out, and everything would be decided minutes later in a third set tiebreak. Remember, Federer had had 3 match points and had served for the match previously to this. Well, in this tiebreak, Federer earned himself a very big margin to finally close out the match. A 5-1 advantage that I don't think he had ever lost previously in a third set tiebreak. What happened next is absolutely shocking.
Here he comes again, Donskoy. He's got it again, and Federer went for the serve again. Brilliant. He's missed it. The fairy tale that he'll tell his grandchildren.
The difference in the ranking, the context, the insane amount of opportunities Federer had to close the match, everything about this loss was unbelievable. In 2011, in the exhibition match between John McEnroe and Pete Sampras, we saw one of the most rare things you will ever see on a tennis court.
They put a little pressure on you, like that. Wait a minute. That is incredible. The deadest spot I've ever seen on any tennis court. I mean, that was a roller. That just rolled. Take a look at this.
And if we're talking about astronomical odds being broken in this video, I have to close it out with statistically the biggest upset in tennis history. 4 years ago, at the Davis Cup, world number 15 Diego Schwartzman would face an 18-year-old player who had not only not ever won an ATP match, not only not won a Challengers match, the player in question had never won a Futures match in his career, and here he had to face a top 15 player in his favorite surface and in front of his own crowd. In theory, Schwartzman should be many levels above the 18-year-old. So many levels that the question before the match was something like how many games will the 18-year-old be able to win? But the reality would be very different. In fact, watching the match, you would think that Ostapenkov was actually the top 15 player, with massive hitting from both sides, and a Schwartzman that had no answers for the massive power in front of him. The local fans were absolutely stunned, and the player from Belarusia would take the victory by 6-4 and 6-3, blowing Schwartzman off the court and achieving a feat that one would think is impossible in modern tennis. A player without a single professional win taking out a top 15 player. The odds of this happening are even smaller than 1 in a million. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If that's the case, feel free to hit the like button, and to enjoy more internet tennis content of this style, make sure you subscribe to the channel to know when I upload future videos like this one. I'm curious which moment of the video blew your mind the most, so let me know in the comments below. All of this said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and that I can see you in my next video. Peace!